Well, it's 5 o'clock, so we should start officially.
Okay, yeah, go start.
Welcome to day 5 of learning to read Chinese. And today we're gonna start. We're gonna start with. Let's start here with gu. And gu is your aunt, is your father's sister. Specifically, it's your father's younger sister, is gugu. And your father's older sister is called guma. This also has, in certain other words, different meanings. What was this part of? 这个用的是什么词?
For the time being, 姑且.
姑且.
Yeah.
Where is that here?
姑且, 姑息.
Oh, here. But these definitions are only written in Chinese.
Yeah, 姑且不是第一号第三个没有，就这个.
Yeah. Well, used in certain words, it means for the time being or peace. But generally, it's what you call your aunt on your father's side. And on your mother's side, your aunts are called yi. But this is also ayi that you use for auntie in general, referring to any women who are around the same age as your parents. Shu is uncle. This refers to your father's younger brother or husband's younger brother. And jiu is your uncles on your mother's side, so your mother's brother or your wife's brother on the maternal side. I don't have the setting turned on for that description, so the picture's not going to show here.
Oh.
Qing means your relatives, or your dearly beloved in your intimate and close relations. And for this, we can open up this chart. This diagram, which will show you all the specific words that are used in Chinese to refer to all of your familial relations with much greater precision than you have in English, where everyone in the same generation is your cousin and everyone in the next generation is aunts and uncles. You have here, which we went over, is on your father's side, the sisters are called gugu, kuma, and then see, her husband is gufu, and then their children are biao ge, biao di, biao jie, biao mei. This is biao for your on the also used on the maternal side for your cousins on that side, and tang is only used for your father's brother's children. There. So your father's younger brothers are called shushu, and their older brothers are called bobo. And then here's your mother's younger sister is called ayi, and older sister is called yima, and your mother's older brother is called, actually any of your mother's brothers are called juju. Anyway, we put this diagram into the website. If you put them, but in order to see that, you need to go into the profile and you need to check this one.
No, 中文解释.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the abbreviated English explanation, abbreviated Chinese, and then this is a longer one in English and a longer one in Chinese. I'm just gonna go ahead and check all of these. This is the related words and phrases that use the character, and this is the full dictionary entry. So we'll just should be like that, and then when I go back in, should be able to see that. Well, it's really small in here, but if you open it up, you can see that it's really big. But yeah. So that this chapter here doesn't include all of them, but there's a fair few of them in there. So this is the word for all your relatives. It also has an alternate reading, qing, which refers to your relatives by marriage or your in-laws, which is kind of confusing because it's kind of confusing because it's the same character, but it refers to like this qing is your blood relatives, but it also kind of encompasses the marriage relations, and then qing specifically for the marriage relations.
Yeah.
Qi refers to your relatives, but also to sorrow and sadness. Hu means mutual. Sorry about that. Fa means you're visiting or seeking, consult, investigate. So this is your relatives visiting each other. Before that, this is So your relatives, you always remember each other. You help each other when you're in need, and you visit each other, and everyone is a community.
Yeah, 亲戚 it's a combined.
Yeah,
phrase.
亲戚 together as a word referring to all your relatives.
Yeah.
Like your whole family. 侄 refers to nephews and nieces, right? 侄子 is nephew and 侄女 is niece. Although that's not written there, it should also include nieces.
侄
Isn't it?
侄女 yeah 侄子 yeah.
If you go over here, this is yeah.
侄女 yeah.
Yeah, here they are. If this is you, and here's your siblings.
Yeah 侄子侄女 right here on the.
Yeah, this is your brother's children. Here.
Yeah, it's the brother side.
But if it's your sister's children, they're called 外甥.
Yeah.
Different word. Everything's super specific. 男 is the word for male. 归 is originally refers to a small door or the inner quarters, a woman's bedroom, and leading from that, referring to women. I think generally in usage, people will use 闺女 to refer to daughters.
Yeah.
I think that's the primary usage of it now.
Yeah.
少 is young, or this refers to like a junior in a position, or to a young person who is young in age, or related concepts to that. And this has the other reading, 少 means few or less, or weak or small. Generally just the thing. In English we have a differentiator for when the thing is countable, we use few, and when it's not countable we use less versus fewer. But in Chinese it's all the same. It's all 少.
Yeah, the original picture is just basically little dots. Just small things together. A few small things.
Oh yeah. See, it's gotten longer and more flowy, but originally it was just a little few specks of.
Yeah.
Little bit. Bu refers to putting food in the mouth, so eating or feeding. Yu is either giving birth or also raising and bringing up. So it's child rearing. Zhuo, you see this one has grass on top. And zhuo means sprouting, growing, blooming. Zhuang means strong and robust and brave, sturdy, firm. So, here, 直男归少, this refers to the boys and girls, the children. And you feed them and you raise them so that they grow up healthy and strong, basically. Fu refers to a man in the context of being a husband and the head of a household. It also has another reading, fu, and this is like, nobody uses this anymore. This was used to indicate the start of a sentence before punctuation was invented in Chinese. So that's the only way it's used. You pretty much don't even have to remember it. Because you're not reading ancient text.
Ancient Chinese text, there's no punctuation.
Yeah, so to start, it's kind of like how back in when they did telegraphs and they didn't have punctuation, then they would put stop at the end of the sentence. Same type of deal. But this is for the start of a sentence. Qi is the counterpart to fu. And fu qi, if you say fu qi, refers to a married couple as a unit. Qi is the wife. And it also refers to marrying as a verb. For marrying off a daughter. Xiang is also a mutually or each other. It's a similar meaning to hu.
Yeah, so
what would you say is it?
You can put these two together, 相互 互相
相互 or 互相. Yeah, there's a lot of cases like that in Chinese where there's two characters that kind of mean the same thing, and then they're put together and used as one word. But are there any like tiny differences between hu and xiang, would you say?
But no, not really.
They're pretty much the same. Okay. Jing refers to respectfully or treating with care, and it also is present, right? This is as a verb. Present or gift.
Yeah.
That's like when you give a toast.
Yeah.
Right?
敬酒.
When you pour a glass and you give a toast, that's also 敬. Because it's a you're presenting this as a gesture of respect. 敬.
Yeah, 敬礼.
Salute is 敬礼.
Yeah.
梦means dream. And that's the only meaning. But see, the only reason why this Chinese explanation is so long is because, sometimes you have the dictionaries the way they are. You have to talk around the word when you can't use it to define itself.
你看一下那个字，古代的时候什么样子？
You want to see what it looks like?
长什么样子？
Etymology. Oh, this is pretty funny.
你看它是
Yeah, on top you got two pieces of wood. It's like the legs of your bed.
Yeah.
And then she's lying on the bed. He's a person sleeping here.
Yeah.
It's pretty abstract, but that's the idea.
It's a sideway. It's it's drawing sideway.
Yi refers to recalling or remembering or thinking of. Zao is a literally or usually it's you see there's the on the left side this is rice. So this refers to like the dregs of grains when distillers make alcohol. It's that byproduct that's kind of like coarse. And kang refers to chaff, bran, husks. This is like the byproduct when you're harvesting grain. Or the other sorts of plants that will grow in the field that you get rid of when you harvest because they're not the part that you eat. So zao kang together, it's a reference to how when people are really poor and they have nothing to eat, and even those kinds of byproducts that would be considered your essential nutrients. And this the meaning ended up extended to refer to the person with whom you endured those difficult times of poverty. Specifically, like in
your wife
or your husband, you're in the marriage. Like, if you, good times and bad times and sickness and health. The husband or wife with whom you got through the lowest lows. So here, 夫妻相敬，梦忆糟糠 refers to the husband and wife in a marriage with mutual respect. And when you dream, you remember all the hard times that you endured together. And it makes you appreciate each other more. Ge means partition or separated by a distance, isolated, or at an interval. U is a room or a house or tent. And this one, come here and look at the picture. This up top is like the tree that kind of stretches its branches over the hut in which you live. So that's U. Ling is your neighbor, the adjacent, the neighboring, close by. She refers to an inn or tavern, a house or a hut, barracks. This is kind of like the entire residential complex as opposed to one unit of it. So like student dorms are called 宿舍. But 宿舍 is this one.
宿舍 is this one, yes.
Yeah, it's the residential complex.
Yeah, residential complex. And also like 猪舍.
Huh?
牛舍. 就是
What's that called?
猪和牛就是
What is the word for
domestic
that?
animal.
Yeah, the place where your animals live in the barn. And it has an alternate meaning. 舍 refers to giving up, putting aside, abandoning, or abolish. And this is often used as a 舍不得 or 不舍, which means that you can't bear to lose something or to give it up. 遇 is a meeting or an encounter. Contact. Two things, people coming together or a person encountering a situation, an event. 遇
Yeah, if you look at the words, because the left bottom part, that's
this
the
is the
means
one
walking,
for
journaling.
walking. The radical is a walking radical. So it's like on the journey of life, you encounter people, things, events. 是 This is extremely commonly used and rather general. It refers to anything that you do, like as a duty or a task, a matter, thing, affair, work. It also refers to an accident, like if you were in a car crash, you'd say, 出事, right? Like a thing appeared. Like something happened. An event occurred. 是 Qin means modest or humble. And liang means understanding and forgiving. So 格物邻舍遇事谦亮. This means your neighborly conduct is when you encounter difficulties or problems with them, you're humble and forgiving. This is the neighborly way. 伯 which we saw on the chart. 伯 is your older uncle, so that's your father's older brothers are called 伯. 公 in the context of your family relations refers to your husband's father or a male relative of the grandfather's generation. 公公 is used for your mother's father or your husband's father. It also means public or make public as a verb, or to collective goods, services, things that are of the community, things that are common. And it also refers to just and fair. 玉 is not very commonly used, especially compared to 公, which is used a lot. It refers to an old woman. 雨 The alternate reading, also not commonly used, but it means warm. Related to these sorts of motherly concepts of keeping someone warm and bringing them up. 婆 this is the word that you hear much more often to refer to old women or the elder women. This is also used to refer to a wife, just as 公 is also used to refer to a husband.
Yeah, 老公.
Usually called 老公 or 老婆. Even though 老 means old and 公 and 婆 already refer to elders, but this is used regardless of age to refer to husbands and wives. but more specifically, it refers to a mother-in-law, a grandmother, or an old woman. 慈 means kind and loving. Is showing affection and kindly love. 孝 means filial, like the duty that children have to respect and obey their parents, and to take care of them, and to follow their teachings, and to make sure that you give back in the appropriate ways, like visiting them once you've gone out on your own, coming home for the holidays, bringing them gifts, and generally treating them with reverence. 孝. And this is an extremely important concept in Chinese culture from the Confucian values. 善 here refers to giving support and relief. 养 is supporting and providing for, cultivating and nourishing. 养 refers to all these kinds of things, like taking care of someone's needs, like feeding them and clothing them and giving them shelter, all those kinds of things. It refers both to children and also like people who are ill or disabled. Anyone who can't take care of themselves, taking care of people who can't take care of themselves. So, 伯公玉婆慈孝善养 refers to when the elders in your family get old, and you still treat them with loving kindness, and you respect them, and you take care of them.
And not just take care of them, you take care of them well. Because 赡养 means
赡养, yes.
Yeah.
You give them everything they need, sufficient and abundant. You support them, yeah, so they don't have to worry about anything, because you got it covered. 尊 means to respect, or revere, and venerate. 朋 refers to your friends and the people with whom you work and you have partnerships and you do things together. 礼 is social customs and etiquette, ceremonies, gifts, all those kinds of things that people do as social structures that represent the respect that people have in societies and bureaucracies or communities in general. Any sort of ceremonial type respect. Tradition. But specifically to the rights.
Yeah, and also it's the 礼貌 叫什么?
Yeah, 礼貌 is the word for politeness.
Yeah.
友 is your friend and companion. You help each other. So usually when you talk about friends, you say 朋友. That's the word. You put these two characters together. And together you split it up for its so it has a more poetic rhythm to it. 尊朋礼友. This is treating your friends with respect. 人 is a pretty abstract concept referring to just general human virtues. being good to others and holding them in esteem, kindness, love, and humanity, like being humane and sensitive to other people.
Yeah, this word, you see, look at the character, right? This means two person.
Yeah. On the left is a person.
Yeah.
And on the right is the number 2.
Yeah, 2 person. So this word basically means represent a concept called reciprocity.
Yeah, reciprocity. So it's like the golden rule, do as to others as you would have them do to you. 义 refers to justice and goodness and reason and all those kinds of honorable and shiny values. 君 has meanings such as a ruler or lord. These are like archaic social roles.
君主.
君主 is used. How would you use that as a respectful term of address?
This is also in a traditional way of referring to husband.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Yeah. So
it's not really used anymore. Though.
Yeah, it's not. People don't use that.
It's old-timey.
Yeah, old-timey, yeah.
Old-timey way to refer to highly esteemed men. But they still use this in names.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently.
Very often.
This is a really common for
yeah, basically it's respectful way of calling a man.
But it's not really used anymore. Outside of names, where it's still really common.
Well, it's not as common as used to be. Yeah. If you say it, people all know what it is.
Yeah, but they'll think you're weird.
Yeah.
Long also refers to a man, but it has those connotations of being like a particularly dignified and honorable and respectable, upstanding and like righteous and handsome and gallant man. So 仁义君郎 I guess is just saying like the best and most respectable men are the ones who are kind and just in their dealings with people.
And so this unit express a lot of Chinese culture, Chinese moral values.
Values relating to family and to just people relationships in general, especially close relationships. And that is the end of the unit, so we could head over here and start doing the practice. And that would cover all 64 of these.
夫壮静相遇公妇少补孝玉
I was trying to load that entire chart.
忆旧君书忆住屋困尊朋狼人
Ah,
帮娘指
misclicking.
末弟兄郎妹男微养伯夫
Okay. And you want to make sure that not only do you practice the characters in the unit that you just finished, but also that you review everything else from before by clicking this button. And whatever your daily target, you want to hit that target. But for now, it is 5:40, so we're going to end the stream for today, and we'll see you next time.